Hans, yesterday was a terrible day for you, and today you start out with a masterpiece. How would you summarize it?
Chess speaks for itself.
Is it something special doing this against Magnus, Hans?
Only advantage in against Hikaru match was that I already wanted to give him the win. I wanted to withdraw, so I didn't care anymore.
Oh, this is a great song. That's 3.
Your first scalp of a world champion. How do you feel right now?
Yeah, I feel really happy. Yeah, for sure it's an easier world champion than Magnus, but of course the team is very strong. And,
Welcome back, chess fans. In this video, ALIREZA FIROUZJA versus HANS NIEMANN. Who is the most talented youngster, ALIREZA or HANS? You guys vote in the comment section. In the meantime, I bring to you a very exciting game. ALIREZA play white, HANS play black. They play on chess.com. And in here, the normal move will be knight c3, or you can play knight f3. What is ALIREZA doing here? e3. He wants a game. Now we continue. We exchange a few pieces. And now this position can also be reached via the Caro Kann. We transpose in a Caro Kann Panov variation. But what is important here? What is important is like white as an isolated pawn on d4. Typically, that means that we can have some activity here. But in an endgame, black would probably win that pawn. So very exciting game. Rook e1, knight f6, bishop g5, we develop the game. And here, HANS play knight d5. Now the question for white, do you take on e7 or do you retreat the bishop? Here, white retreats the bishop, because if you exchange pieces, as I explained before, that pawn will be weak, and that's a weakness you don't want in an endgame. So knight f6, rook c1. As we can see, ALIREZA knows the principles and is trying to line up his pieces on the right square. b6, knight e5, bishop b7. So here we have every side has developed the pieces, right? The opening stage is done. What is white to play? Feel free to pause the video. And in here, FIROUZJA plays bishop a6. Fireworks on move 16. Now, two ideas. Black can defend the bishop, or black can take the bishop on a6. If black had taken in here, we take of course the knight, queen d7, and here ALIREZA would have played d5. A fantastic move, because obviously if you play with a pawn, you're losing the bishop. And if you play with a knight, you're also gonna lose a bishop, like that. And if you take with the queen, you're losing the queen. So you can see that d5 is super strong. Black would play that move. And here we take. That's Hikaru style. Lot of take. And now, bishop d6. And at the end, we are winning the exchange. So we can see that over here, taking the bishop on a6 is not so good. So HANS play queen c8. Now we take. And here, feel free to pause the video. White has a few options. You can exchange the bishops over here, or you can play d5, which is exactly what ALIREZA played here. Now, what is the idea, right? If black were to take with the knight, we take here, attacking the queen, so the queen has to defend. And here we have a little tactics. We take on b7, the queen takes back, and last but not least, rook c7, the rook. Attack the queen, attack the bishop. We see GG, good game. So over here, HANS has to take with the pawn, which he did. Now, remember, we don't want to exchange pieces. We want to play for the activity. Bishop b5, queen c5, defends the bishop over here. a3, very nice move. We're attacking. b4 is a threat, and if the queen were to move back, we are winning the bishop. So Hans played a5 so that it prevents the b4 move. And now, ladies and gentlemen, it's time to pause the video one last time. White to play. What would you do here? And here, this is truly amazing. There's only one move for white winning, and ALIREZA finds it in a blitz game. And I could not find that move myself. I would think of playing knight e4, like that, knight a2, bishop g3. I would look at a lot of things. But what's happening here is the move is bishop f1. And now, amazingly, the queen has nowhere to go. The bishop would be unprotected if we move the knight. And now, whatever blacks do, black is doomed. So let's say blacks has no idea and play king h8. You played knight a4. And believe it or not, there is no good square for the queen. Now, over here, if you play d4, trying to get some space for the queen, you play knight a4. Let's say queen comes here, and now I pick up the bishop. So in the game, Hans play rook ac8. Brave, right? And here, very quickly, ALIREZA uncorks the best move. And the best move is knight a2. And believe it or not, that queen here has no square. There's no square where the queen can escape. So black is losing the queen, and if you take on c1, I take of course with the knight, I'm up a queen versus a rook. So once again, bishop f1, rook ac8, knight a2. What a nice display of tactics. Feel free to post in the comments what you think of the game, of ALIREZA and Hans Niemann. I'll see you in the next one.